In the past 2 weeks, police have arrested more than 34,000 suspects countrywide for various crimes ranging from murder to rape. This was revealed by the Deputy Minister of Police, Cassel Mathale, during his safer festive season operations visit to Gauteng Province yesterday. He also noted that 140 hijacked and stolen vehicles were also recovered throughout the country during the same period. To talk to us about how the Johannesburg Metro Police Department will be keeping the public safe this New Year's Eve, we are joined virtually by the City of Joburg MMC for Public Safety, Dr. Mgcini Tshwaku. Dr. Tshwaku, a very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning to you, and good morning to the viewers at home. It's a festive season. We're very busy.
Very busy. I would imagine how busy you guys are. And, you know, there've been increasing reports of alleged spiking incidents and rocks being placed on freeways, causing accidents and motorists being robbed by criminals in the various freeways around the city of Johannesburg. So how can you assure residents and motorists of their safety?
No, what happens is that, look, we got those reports and unfortunately, may the souls rest in peace. 2 people died, as far as I know, because they were putting some spikes on the road, and then also they were actually putting some rocks as well. So people must be very careful. But what we did on our side, we've ensured that now we actually deployed more, police vehicles on the freeway. So our freeway unit has been increased. So each and every off-ramp and the on-ramp, on the N1 and the M2 and N17 and all these other areas. So we've actually deployed all the cars that are going to be doing this patrol. This actually happened. This deployment happened two to 3 days ago, just after we've actually heard that this was happening. Look, this thing is actually happening nationwide. So we're actually working very closely with SABC as well. And then we've even put our undercover unit, because we had a meeting yesterday and I told them that we've got the firepower, we've got the undercover unit, we've got guys that are, which are law enforcement. So we need to check who are these people who are doing this thing here. So we've increased our, the patrols on the freeway.
Well, another headache perhaps for law enforcement is the issue of vandalism of street and traffic lights in the high-risk areas. So what do you do to combat this?
Look, we've seen this thing happening more in the CBD, because in the CBD, that's where many people are there, staying and, places of business and all of that. So we've increased our police visibility. We've got the rear unit. We had the infrastructure, the protection unit. We've got the PMU. Helping the region in there. So we've got a high visibility happening in the CBD. As you have seen on the social media as well, we found people, now the new trend, leave these ones over the traffic lights, it's not been a problem, per se, now at this point in time. I mean, we've got lots of positive visibility. Now, what is happening now, of which people must be very careful, is that people are drilling holes, they're actually boreholes in the CBD. We've actually arrested about 5 people. They were drilling right at the CBD, actually looking for water, and we managed to actually find that. So we've charged those people for damage to the infrastructure. So we're actually warning people in the CBD that it is an offense, it's a criminal offense, and they will be arrested. So they must never drill any borehole in the CBD. If you want to do that, they need to ensure that they get the necessary documentation and in your way leave and all those kind of things. It's a new thing because people are looking for water, so I've actually heard, but it doesn't make them, that they can drill anyone. And it happens in the city-wide. You can't just wake up in the morning and then you just start to already drill, because there are services underground, like you've got the cables underground, you've got the water pipes, you've got the gas lines, which is very dangerous. So there's a new trend now, people digging and these boreholes everywhere. It's becoming a problem. So people must be very careful, because we're going to arrest them. And it's very serious, the City of Johannesburg. You've got a very big, the gas line, Goli gas line, you've got the Sasol gas lines, you've got the big cables, which are running in the city. And you know that once you hit one of those with a drilling machine, you can have an explosion similar to the one that we had a year ago.
Right, right. And we don't want that because it affects, operations of the city. And having said that,
Exactly.
what role do the city's residents play insofar as helping maintain safety and supporting law enforcement agencies? And how can they report suspicious activities?
We have issued now the MMC, the tip-off line, and then we've got the hotline of the JMPD.
Okay.
If you go into my Twitter account, it's there. I think people have been indicted with many calls. Some of those calls, and actually there's a WhatsApp messages quite a lot. There are unplanned events happening in the city and bashes, which are illegal, and people are being told that they must stop that. There's one that's I think it's in Bellevue, and there's a very strong feeling that that event must not carry on because last year people died there, and these people, they did not get any approval in terms of actually closing the street and actually occupying that. So there's a hotline that is if you go to the JMPD accounts, it's there. I think also what I can do is that I'm going to again release it, and then I can tag the SABC so that you can actually put it up there.
Right.
So I even went as far as people having my personal number. I've been getting a lot of reports, people drilling boreholes. Most of the calls we had is the street bashes, is the taverns which are very noisy, and they must also be aware that. I think that the city of Johannesburg, especially in the CBD, all the SABC has released a circular that says that at 6 o'clock, roughly at about 6 o'clock today, all places, the liquor outlets must be closed, and the places of entertainment, just as to ensure that we don't have any incidents actually happening. We did that the last year, and it actually worked very well. So that covers CBD, Hillbrow, Yeoville. And I was saying to SABC, extend it to the whole Johannesburg. People must just get there, the things to drink and sit at home, just relax at home and party at home. Because at the end, what happens there is that there's altercations, people, they actually fight amongst each other. Others, they even go as much as actually killing themselves. This is just to ensure that we don't have any anarchy. A Hillbrow, it becomes some kind of a nightmare. So those are the measures that we're going to be. But look, we're going to be everywhere. I told my people that, the JMPD and everyone, that let us be nice to our people. Let us just guide them to go home. People must not. There's a trend now of being very they're actually fighting with the law enforcement. They talk back, even if the guys are. I told them to just remain calm. There must be no fight. Listen to our citizens and please our citizens as well. They must not, agitate our police officer. They are doing their work. If they want to, they must produce, the driver's license, all the documents which are there. I'm seeing that a rise of that. I don't know what is the issue. And other people are calling me. I told them that some people know me, and I told them that if you know the MMC, people are start dropping my name, you must arrest them twice. Because I don't get into the police business. If people are infringing, they're infringing the law. So, look, as people, we're going to be everywhere, and we're going to be looking after our people. We're working with SABC, by the way. Thank you very much for that. Okay. All our operations are in line with SABC. SABC is everywhere. There's Chanela everywhere as well. I won't tell you where. So we're covering all the regions, which is Ivory Park, Alex, Deep Slot, everywhere. And then just if people, they don't see cars, manning up of the freeways, they are free to really, give me a text. The chief of police, which is Ujaga, is there as well, leading the whole team, working with SABC. And Shem, I want to also commend the communities and the private, the security which is there. I think it's high care around Eldos. They've been working very hard with the JMPD to ensure that the issue of the spiking, is minimized, and all the other private, the security bad boys in Hillbrow. They're actually working very hard with us as well. So the law enforcement officers, I just warn the people, they're in full force. So no provocation, no gun-wielding community members or thugs, because if you shoot at the police, they will drop you. We have no thing is.
Now, MMC, earlier on, you touched on the issue of bashes or street bashes. What makes them illegal? What violations would they be accused of?
No, what happens is that before you can make a bash, because remember, bash, most of the guys, they need to close the street. So before you close the street, you need to get permission from GRA and all of us, And then most of these events, we've got illegal events, they're not being approved by the city. And the JMPD will not be there, and EMS will not be there, and because they did not comply at all on the safety aspects. So we advise the people that they must not do those bashes, but they're especially, look at the others, they are in halls and, in the state, we can have a look at those things there. But these ones which are closing the streets, unfortunately, we cannot allow that. You need to ensure that you've got JMPD. So the one in Bellevue there, which the community does not want, they better not start, because we're going to confiscate their, the system. You can't just wake up in the morning and close the whole street. So they must be very careful. In the fireworks, EMS is in full force as well, working with JMPD and working with SABC. So no illegal fireworks, especially in the inner day. We've got a lot of complaints at inner day. So people that are infringing, they are going to arrest them because there's a safer way of using those things. And they know we've actually given them pamphlets, what they must do in terms of the fireworks. So in a jail, people must be very careful. In Asia, they must be very careful because you're going to sleep in jail, and then after that, you will go to court probably on Monday. So they must be very careful, please.
Right. Now, MMC, in the event of an emergency or security threat, just how prepared is the JMPD, the SAPS, and all other law enforcement officials to respond? Any, emergency protocols in place in cases of accidents or even violence?
Look, we're actually more than prepared. Look, yesterday there was a joint meeting between the JMPD and SABC. So there's we've got the provincial jog, we've got the national jog that is there. We've got our freeway guys. I mean, we've got the Sandra, they've got the cameras. We are working our radio room. People that they've got our numbers. This 011 number, 011 number that is there as well. We've got the 10-111 number. So we're sharing all these numbers, and our accident vehicles. We call it the accident unit. It's there and it's actually operating. So we are there. We're actually more than ready. We've been having meetings and all of that. So yourself, if you don't see any JMPD, please tag me and say, I'm lying. There's no JMPD on the freeway and all of that. But look, the JMPD is there to guard the people. They mustn't be scared. I thought the guys that, some of the people, they're very naughty. This thing of just giving people a ticket and other people, we must just line them up, and we must ask them if the person, let's say it's a limit a bit above there, we must just park them on the street and for the next 4 hours and give them water so that they can sober up. And then, seriously, because these people, the problem is that these people, you take them there for blood tests, and of course we're going to give them tickets, whatever. But I said to the guy, I think that we must all line them up on the freeway, all of them, and give them water to sober up, because they are drunk anyway, so that we can inconvenience them. I gave them my example that when I was young, I used to do what you call club hopping in Durban. Yes. Then when I turn around into a corner, you've got these traffic cops, and the Durban traffic, they will make us to wait. Let's say I will be going to a club from, let's say about 10, 11 o'clock. Then by the time I get to another club, it's 2 o'clock, and then the fun is gone. So I said, maybe let's line them up the freeway and then give them water to sober up so that they can go home.
And speaking of such, MMC, there's been a debate about, especially when it comes to the incarceration or the detention of drunk drivers. There's been a debate whether police should be detaining them for 4 hours or overnight. So what's the status with regards to that?
Look, it's something that we're going to apply our minds on, something that I've seen. Look, we were debating about it yesterday, guys, but there is a process in place in terms of processing people who have something to really drink. There's a process, but you must take in, the alcohol and be detained and because you're already drunk, and you can't drive. You're not in the position that you can take your car and actually drive, unless you wait for someone to really pick you up. So there is a law that is governing that. But But also the thing is that in many places, I mean, it will be a debate that it will be there, but I'm thinking that in many places, you know, where we've been very radical, but let's say in the Eastern Cape, because I'm coming from the Eastern Cape, I mean, I know the traffic officers and the police, they've been very militant there in terms of enforcing the drunk driving laws and everything. It's been very, very hectic.
Yeah.
It's in a way now killed. I don't want to say killed, you know, it's a chicken and egg thing. The economy there, I mean, there used to be a place where it was vibrant for tourism, for fun, and people going out there, you know. It's a ghost city now, because people, they were being taken in for custody and all of that. So it's something that we need to talk about it. But drinking and driving is wrong because you kill people. But the strategy and tactic that has been used in other areas. I mean, when I was young, that's why I was telling about, you know, Durban. Durban is still there. The place of entertainment is that when you're found being under influence of alcohol, the traffic officers will let you stay even 5 hours. You'll be sitting there frustrated and just keep on giving you water. Right. And the following day, you know that, yeah, if I have to go to a club, I must just ensure that I don't drink. And when I go out, I must take an Uber because I'm gonna lose out on fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the police, I told them that...
MMC, unfortunately, we have to wrap the show, but thank you so much for joining us. And I would love to congratulate you, because just a few days ago, you won an award for being the best MMC in South Africa. I mean, no prizes for guessing why you've been given this particular accolade, because you really are a hard worker. Congratulations once again, and Happy New Year.
I don't know, but yeah, the guys from Central News, they named me the best MMC for the year. I'm like, okay, no, that's fine. You know, I was just telling the guys, whoever has actually have seen that, is that it's more, I've been telling the guys, what the people, they want help, they want to be safe, they want bylaws to be implemented, and we can't, we need work, you know what I mean? So it's not me, it's also the culture in the
MMC, all the best for your New Year's Eve operations. We do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us. That was Dr. Mgcini Tshwaku, the City of Joburg MMC for Public Safety, talking to us about the city's safety plans for this New Year's Eve.